I am moments away from my birth mom, Oriana's plane landing, and I'm going to be meeting her for the first time.
An emotional reunion between a mother and daughter 35 years after being separated. Cara Miranda tells Inside Edition Digital how the meeting came about.
I asked a random girl to just take a video on my phone. I was like, I'm about to meet my mom. Do you want to videotape it? And she was like, yeah, that's crazy. So I remember just feeling this overwhelming sense of joy and love and closure. She's also so short. And I was just like, why are you so short? You're so cute. And she's like, you're so pretty.
Cara says she was born in Chile in 1988, but was adopted by an American family at just 3 months old.
My adoptive parents were really good at telling me in an age-appropriate way. I don't remember ever a time being surprised or learning that news. I would say in grade school, as we're learning about the different countries and heritage and culture and things like that, I started to learn more about South America and Chile. And I remember doing a report on, we had to choose a country, and I chose that country to do a report on when I was in middle school, because I always had an interest in where I came from. And because it was a closed adoption and I didn't know anything about my family there, I had a really happy childhood. I mean, I went to Catholic school. I had a lot of friends. I was in sports. I did gymnastics and tennis, and my mom was a teacher at my school. I got to travel. I got to go on beach vacations. I got to go to a good college. But at the same time, I grew up in a very rural white area, and I am what they call white passing. So growing up, I always felt a little bit different. For a long time, I had made peace with the fact that I might not be able to find them. I always thought it would be very difficult, that I might have to hire a private investigator because I had such limited information. And then I was actually scrolling TikTok one time 2 years ago, and there was a creator talking about being adopted from Chile. And I messaged her, and she gave me some resources that led me to the group that helped me find my family and get me connected with my heritage DNA to confirm our findings. As soon as I realized that this was an accessible option and that people are out there and there's organizations that are doing this work for free, then I was very interested. That same time, I also started seeing articles and learning about the possible corruption that was happening throughout Pinochet's regime.
General Augusto Pinochet seized power in Chile in 1973. Reports say an illegal adoption trade flourished under his regime through the 1990s, in which thousands of babies were essentially stolen from poor families and adopted out of the country. Cara says her birth mother was a victim of this practice.
She had actually seen a commercial on TV when she was pregnant with me that if you put your baby up for adoption, they would be cared for and you would receive a lot of money for your family. She already had 3 other kids at the time, so she thought maybe this is an option, because as soon as she became pregnant with me, my father decided to leave the picture. He didn't want to be involved, and she already had other kids to care for. She traveled to a health center and had me there, and she was my primary caregiver for the first 3 months of life. They allowed her to live there and said that once I was chosen for adoption, that she would then be paid and all of that. It turned out that they never had her sign any paperwork, and when she started questioning the process and not getting clear answers, she started to decide she wanted to back out of everything. They told her that this is already a done deal. So you have this woman who just was crushed and went through this horribly traumatic experience that she didn't consent to. And on the other end of that, what was the worst day of her life was the best day of my adoptive parents' life. They had no idea this was going on, and they were given a baby that same day that they had been wanting for years. I definitely had some identity issues, even though I had a really happy childhood. And it wasn't until I found this group and these other Chilean adoptees that went through the same exact experience. They didn't know anyone else in their area who had been adopted. They felt different. And now, as middle-aged adults, we're all going through this together, and we have so many shared similar experiences that we can lean on each other. So it's like having our own support group.
While her birth mother has made the trip to the United States, Cara is planning to visit Chile and her extended biological family.
I was raised as an only child, and I learned I have 5 siblings. I have 5 aunts and uncles. I have a big family there to meet everyone. My birth mom is very similar to me. We have the same fashion sense. We both have our makeup and our big sunglasses, and it's just our mannerisms, the way that we carry ourselves is similar. So it's been really rewarding to see where I come from and to see that we are similar, and that I finally feel like I really fit in somewhere. I was texting my adoptive mom and I said, the same feeling of comfort and love that I've always felt with you, I already feel that with her. It's like my nervous system remembered her, and I felt just like so comfortable just sitting with her and just hugging her. It was like, in a way, we had been given this gift where we're able to pick up where we left off. My personal goals with this journey are for me to be able to have more meaningful reunions with my birth mom and my other family members, but also to spread the word about the different organizations. Like Nos Buscamos is the one that helped us find each other, and also My Heritage DNA is helping reunite people and bringing everyone together. I really want my story to reach others who have been adopted, possibly from the same situation from Chile, so they can learn, one, about the ways that it is accessible to find your family if you would want to do that.
For more information, visit nosbuscamos.org or myheritage.com.